Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a disassembly of the Giantmouse GM8. I guess the first impressions as well. This was loaned into the channel by Stevie _woman _ no, Stevie _ wonder _ woman on, god damn it, on Instagram. Let me look it up. He wrote it down for you guys because he knew I'm an idiot. There you go. Stevie Wonder Woman on Instagram. I'll link that below as well. But yeah, he loaned this in, and I have recently found out this is actually made in Italy, which makes perfect sense. If you saw the unboxing, I was quite unimpressed by the detent. It is very light. You can see there, left-handed with pressure on the lock bar, I can flick it, which tells you right-handed, you can flick it if you give it enough juice. Flipper tab is sad. I mean, God, you know, you're gonna pay, how much were these? 400 bucks probably because of the fancy pants GM line. Maybe it's cheaper, but still, yeah, it's just first impressions. That is not cool, you know, to spend that much on a knife, put that much effort into a design and everything, and then end up with a detent like that. And my guess is they're not all like that. My guess is, you know, 75% of them are probably good, but that's a huge variance, and that's what happens with Italian knives. So anyway, just kind of getting into it. I love the clip point design. It's very interesting, kind of unique to Giantmouse to do a clip point like that. It doesn't have Vox ergos really, like there's no choke up point really, but it is very comfortable in this grip. There's your jimping right there, very solid. So I will give it that. It drops fairly nicely on the close. It's a little awkward. It feels like you gotta really push it to get it to drop, but it could just be me as well. You do not have a crown spine. One thing that kind of threw me, I guess you do right here. I guess that is crowned from here to here, and then it's kind of like a thin spine to the end. Yeah, that's not crowned out. No, it kind of looks like it, but it's not. So yeah, let us get into it. I believe it's M390, you know, the usual stuff. Let's see what's coming out here. Is that that's the pivot, so we want to go the other way. Hang on. Push that through, drop that out. Okay. So there's your pivot screw. T8s. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I never even noticed this in the unboxing. T6 hardware, guys. That is not cool. Yeah, this is definitely Italian made. I don't even know why I thought it was Riot. Just the titanium and the finish on there seemed Riate-ish. But, yeah, that's sad. Sorry. I don't like things like T6 screws, and there's some knives that I forgive it more than others, so I am a hypocrite. But you know how it is. So I'm guessing that clip needs to come off as well. Another T8 here. I'm guessing T8, yes. It's just silly. Like, you're going to use it on the clip and the pivot, and then you're going to go ahead and use T6 everywhere else. Like, what is... I don't really get the point there, so... Kinda silly. And of course you have steel bearings in here, so our little washer fell out. We're gonna need that this side here. Keep that in there. So here we have some information. He did supply these Rocket Glide bearings. These are from Skiff made blades. These are 5mm 1/16. Very, very common for Italian knives and Chinese knives. Vox Anso, made in Italy. M390. There you go. That answers all the questions. So let's lay it out like this. Get these out of there. We'll put the clip down here. Just kind of show the knife, and maybe I'll snap a screenshot to put as the thumbnail. I haven't been as good with thumbnails lately. Just kind of let YouTube choose sometimes. Here's some screws. There's some screws. There we go. What do you think? That looks good, right? Get this out of here. And I will snap one Bang. All right, cool. So that's it. Very simple. Very, very simple. So we have KPL. We have KPL Heavy. We have KPL Ultralight. That's the way to be right there. Be ultralight. I did not see any Loctite, so I guess I'll leave that. It's not my knife, so I don't want to add things that weren't in there. Doesn't look very dirty either, so I could just give it a quick wipins. Clean everything off. I mean, it's a simple build, which is good. But yeah, you'll see with Italy, you get these shit bearings. Actually, looks like he swapped one of them. Look at that. I think that was an accident. I don't know if you can tell, but I can. These are steel. See how they're like silver? These are ceramic. See how they're black? I'm guessing he probably maybe does what I do, and he just has a bag of bearings like this, and he probably chucked them in there. And then when he sent it to me, he took the skips out so that I could feel it with the normal bearings in it, and he accidentally took one ceramic and one steel bearing, I guess. I don't know, that's the only thing I can think of, because I doubt it that Italy would do that, because they wouldn't even have ceramic bearings. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to test out the ultralight on this knife. So, this can work with ball bearings. Essentially, it's a 5-weight oil instead of, like, I think KPL is an 18-weight. What did I do with those bearings, though? Here they are. So, a little bit lighter, obviously, but we'll see what happens. For me, it's all about what you put on the detent ball, which is, of course, going to be heavy. So, let's do this. Let me get all these screws out of here. Shit. Seems like a tank just drove by, so sorry about that. I'm not in a war zone, I promise. Pop this on. Bada bink, bada bump. You do see a detent ball ramp, so they are progressing in Italy. I'll give them that. I mean, I can't recall if they used to do that or not, but I don't think so. And it was on I think the MKM Isanso that I had for a day that I didn't even make a video about. But you may have seen on my Instagram. That had a detent ball ramp, I believe, as well. So it's something they're working on. KPL heavy detent ball. We've talked about this. Bang. Excuse me. I am not feeling well this week. I'm getting over it, hopefully. And yeah. So pardon me if I'm a little off. I'm trying, guys. It's the first video I made this week. Well, I did one unboxing, but that was bad. I just deleted it. It was pathetic. And then it was for the Vero Axon lefty. I got another one. I got a hand satin and end cut, and I promptly tried to take it apart that night and totally screwed it up. I could not get it back together. Even during the disassembly, I noticed one washer was not there, and I was like, why does one side have a washer? It didn't even faze me. I sent it back to Vero. Next day, I found my little cloth here sitting there with a washer like stuck through it. Like I put the washer through here to like clean it or whatever, and I just left it on the cloth, and then I put the cloth away. Never even noticed it. Next day, I was like, what is that? I pulled it up, and I was like, oh my God. So I had already sent it to Vero. I had to message him and be like, dude, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm sorry. And he was like, yeah, I was going to ask if both washers were in there, but I was like, nah, he wouldn't be that dumb. Yes, he would be. So, yeah, that happened. But you know what? Whatever. He can put it back together for me. I sent him my skiffs. He can put those in there. And if by chance he somehow has belt satin already, maybe I could swap them or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was my dumbassery this week. So Look at that. That's an interesting cutout. Kind of unique, but I don't know why you would do that instead of cutting out the whole shape. Maybe, I guess it would give you more stability. A triangle would over a rounded part in a flat, but kind of weird too. I like it though. But it was wiggly, I believe, so. All right. Oh yeah, I wanted to check something because Stevie was saying there was rust in this screw, and they had said they were going to get new screws, and I don't see rust. I don't know if you see it, but I don't see any rust in there. I see a little bit of like purple looking stuff, but I don't think that's rust. So I don't think there's anything wrong with this screw, but I could be wrong. There goes my AC, so you can hear that too. Yay! Tanks, ACs, you know. So make sure this is on properly. It should be like that, I guess, right? See how it moves a little bit? That's what I don't get. If you're going to use that cutout, you should probably make it work. I don't want to just attack this, you know, for fear of stripping or breaking. That's pretty good. All right, so we have the knife together. We are not centered at all. Okay, good to know. A little bit of play, but it didn't seem like enough. Usually it doesn't center the other way, so yeah, it's just getting worse. So, right there we're dead center, but I have a feeling we're going to be wobbly. Yeah, there's a lot of play in here. So, I'm not sure what's going on here. Might just be it doesn't work with skips, right? Try tightening from this side. See how it just slides over? Ah, sorry, still not tight. Now we're pretty tight, but now we're going to be way over to the side. Yeah, look at that. Man, that is, well, let me check screws on all sides. Tight. Tight. Yeah, everything's tight. Am I missing a piece? No. Stop pin. I never even saw the stop pin, did I? Gotta be in there, or it's integrated or something. Yeah, it's right there. I don't know what's going on here. I think that's just the build, man. I think that's what you get with Italy. And then you want to add your own bearing. I honestly don't even notice the difference. So, it's not like it's better. I mean, maybe if they weren't in here long enough, it'll break in with the skiffs. Very, very possible. So we'll see. I mean, I could swap it back and put 2 ceramic bearings in there, and then, you know. But I think I'll leave it with the skiffs. He bought them. I'm guessing he wants them in there. If he wants to switch it back, he can. But yeah, to not have play, you know, you're gonna have off center, which sucks. That's just sadly the game with Italy, man. It's not touching or rubbing, so I mean it's close, but it's not. So I think I'll leave it there. Just, you know, let him handle his knife when he gets it back, or if he decides to tell me one way or the other, I can mess with it. But there you go. I mean, it doesn't drastically improve action. Maybe drops a little better. It's not necessarily smoother on the close. You know, it's still kind of tight through here a little bit. That's gonna be, you know, your lock pressure and everything. So it kind of is what it is on this knife, which is sad, because if you have a light detent, you almost assuredly should have a guillotine. You know what I mean? That lock bar pressure should be down, and then you should have more of a guillotine. But this is like, you know, weak detent and no guillotine. That would just bother me. So not the knife for me, guys. I think I will. Oh my goodness, look at that. I may do a full review on this. This may be the overview and call it quits on this knife, because I'm not very impressed. If it was built better, I think it would be a solid knife. I think the reverse flick would be awesome if it had a little more oomph to it. Now, I don't know if it would work left-handed if it was, you know, if the detent was done well. But, you know, it is what it is. So that is the Giantmouse GM8. Big thank you to Stevie Wonder Woman on Instagram. Stevie_Wonder_woman. Got it. On Instagram. Thank you. I love the milling, by the way. I do have to say that. They did a great job on the finishing on this knife. And that's something you get with Italy. But they need to complete the whole process. If you're just after beauty and ergos, you're good with Italy. They don't always do the best heat treat. They don't always put the best edge on it, but they can. Ow! Just stabbed myself. Jesus Christ, God. I don't think it'll bleed, but, oh yeah, well, right there. Like, add it to the list of bullshit going on right now. So, that will finally be it, guys. I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.